Hi, I have in front of me a 4-channel AHD or analog high definition DVR. So this is suitable for both DIY but more importantly for professional use, simply because the picture quality on it's huge. It has a HDMI output on it. In terms of the reason that this is going to be very, very popular in the marketplace is, number one, the picture quality is superb, 1 megapixel. The setup on it is extremely easy. It has a standardized menu across the 4, the 8 and the 16-way options within this range, and it's possible to set it up on your phone simply by scanning a QR code. So extremely easy from that perspective. In terms of its compatibility, it's backward compatible with previous 5, 6 TVL, 100 TVL cameras, but also 960Hs, and so it's available with that range. And more normally, would say, if we were upgrading here, we'd be using it with, would say, 1 megapixel 720p bullet or dome cameras as well. So we can have a mix within the one technology range. In terms of the price point it's coming in at, compared to the previous AHD DVRs and the cameras that are part of this range as well, it's coming in about 40% cheaper, and that makes it really easy for professional installers to migrate, we'll say, from 960H over to this, because the price point is similar and the technology in terms of power unit, cables, all the rest of it is exactly as it was before. So we think it's going to be very, very successful. It's been a huge success in the UK market since it's been launched, and it'll be very successful here in Ireland as well, we believe. In relation to what exactly we get, well, it comes in this outer box here. We can see the model number is OAHD-D4, okay? The power unit here is a 3-pin plug, and it's used with 12 volt 2 amp. We have 4 screws here which you can use for adding a hard drive. We'd recommend at least a 1 terabyte hard drive with this. It can support up to 4 terabyte single drive here. And you'll see that full range that we have as available as options with it. And what we have here is we have a mini CD that's available with it. Probably won't be using it, but it is there if you want to reinstall firmware or something like this. And then what we have is a quick setup user guide, and we have the mouse here for just controlling it directly. You could use, we'll say, on previous ones, remote controls, things like that, but invariably everybody uses the mouse. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'll just hop up, I'll come around to the front, we'll talk about the options in terms of the front of the box, and then we'll look at the back, and then we'll look over here and we'll look at the menu options, etc. on it. We'll have more detailed videos later inside the product page. Basically, it'll be the same videos regardless of whether it's a 48 or the 16, because the menus and the setup is absolutely identical. If we come along here and we just look, we have just the IR sensor here. We have 3 indicators there to say, are we getting power, is our hard drive connected, and are we recording. If we go to play and escape here, what we can do is there are just 2 options here that can be doing it directly. So you have a certain amount of controlling directly from the front of the DVR itself if you don't have a mouse, but you can bring the menu up directly then. And what we can do here, if we look at the back here, in terms of the inputs here, we have 4 inputs in terms of the video, B&C style connections, and we have also the option of 4 audio inputs as well. In terms of the outputs, we have a B&C video out. Normally wouldn't be used, but there is an option there, and we also have an audio out here as well. When people are connecting it directly to their monitor or TV, they'll normally obviously be using the HDMI. We could use the VGA. It gives the same in terms of picture quality, the disadvantage being, of course, it doesn't support audio. So VGA is still somewhat popular. In terms of the output here then, we have a LAN connection here, and then we have 2 USB ports here. We could use it there for either adding the mouse, adding an external hard drive, particularly for extracting, recording, or upgrading the firmware. And what we have here, I'll just tilt it over a tiny bit, and on the bottom here it says RS485, so that's actually for controlling PTZs, so we're able to do that directly from it, so that's relatively impressive. And what we have here is a DC 12 volt, so that's obviously where our power goes directly in. If we look at the main event there, so this DVR here is actually connected up with a single 720p dome camera connected just onto the image behind here, so you can see the picture resolution, and it's great. And in terms of, I've skipped through because I'm already done, but if it's the first time you're clicking through there, it'll just come up admin, and it'll have the password pre-entered, which is just 1 to 6. Go directly in, and in the main menu we can come along and we can set the record mode. Do we want to record 1 or all 4 cameras? Do we want to set the manual, automatic, or just have the recording off completely? If I cancel out here, we'll just go into the video mode. So it's actually detecting that it's a 720p or 1 megapixel camera on it, and it's giving us the option of how many frames we want, all the rest of it. And as well as that, it's on the right hand side is given the option in relation to sub streams. So we're streaming it out, how do we want to stream it out? And that will obviously be something to do with our network capacity, things like that, in terms of how we want to set that up. If we come back here to the backup, if we had a hard drive there, we'd be able to do a backup directly onto an external drive, something like that, if we wanted to do it. So we have the different options there, and the options to, we'll say, format, etc. on it. At the network here, so we have the basic setups here. It's picking up directly onto the primary DNS, etc. But what we have is advanced setting here is a network setting. You'll see in a later video for a lot of the networking, which is a lot of problems for people, all the rest of it, how the scanning of QR codes and the option to do that makes it very, very easy on this, okay? We have the PCZ control, so the ability to set it up in Pelco and which address we're working it off of, all the rest of it. So again, that's very, very popular feature and easy to set up. And at the HD management here, what we can do is we can format the hard drive if we had one added. This is what I was mentioning with the QR codes. They put the app directly onto it. Now this is actually set up, you can use this for actually P2P or peer-to-peer. What we can do is we can just come along with a QR scanner on our phone, scan it in, it'll bring us directly to the app we need to download. We bring it down, and if we want to actually set it up on a P2P system, we can actually go to the UUID, which is the third option over here, you see it, and scan it in, and it makes it the setup almost automatically on it. Once you scan that in directly onto it, what you are is you'll be viewing directly onto the DVR from your actual phone itself. So we just cancel out there, and what we have here is a system. So there's a lot of extra menus here. We'll be going through this in more detail for most of the key functionalities on it. So we'll just go back out, and if I just go in here, we'll see the PTZ control, color settings, playback, record modes. We want to bring up 1 or 4 menus at a time, the info on it, and the ability to log out here. And we'll just choose to log out all the way out. So I've obviously rattled through that quite quickly, but I just want to give an overview on it. So inside the range, when we've added these on, we've added on all of very wide range of AHD bullet and dome cameras as well. And I think in terms of the price point we're at now, you know, it's not such a stretch anymore to go for the AHD. And really what people want to do is to move over probably as quickly as possible towards it. What we'll be finding here is that we're very much going to migrate towards that now, simply because the picture resolution is just a lot better, the setup is a lot better, and really what held us back before was the price point and the fact that nobody had gone to the hassle of going and getting a DVR and designing it specifically for a mass market in the UK and Ireland. And with this DVR, we have that now in terms of support and in terms of stability of the system. And the fact that the 48 and the 16 way are using exactly the same menu functionalities, all the rest of it, just will make it a lot more easier for people to get in on this and stay with this product range. And that's exactly what both ourselves and our customers have been looking for. So that's it anyway, an overview of the 4-channel AHD DVR available with free delivery on freetv.ie.